With evil Veyle defeated, regular Veyle comes back to her senses as Marnie's attack earlier made a crack on the enchanted helmet. While regular Veyle is orienting herself, Sombron crashed the party in his dragon form to command her to take back the Emblem rings, only for his daughter to rebel, prompting Sombron to try and dispose of her, and Alir takes the attack instead, only to die because he was at 1 HP when we ended chapter 21, so Roy's holdout plus couldn't save him. Veyle then notices her sibling's Dragonstone shatter, and realizes that the one she's been searching for was Alir all this time. Gee, who could have seen this coming? In this moment of despair, the writers have given up at this point and let Sombron obtain the Emblem rings for no reason or resistance, and he uses their combined power to open a rift in the sky and bring back the land of Gradlon. Zephyr and Grist then smugly approach us to bring back evil Veyle, as Sombron's extra power has strengthened the enchanted helmet and they succeed. They are then dismissed, so evil Veyle can deal with the Divine Dragon's allies herself. We then get an extended cut of Alir's flashback dream from chapter 3, where he lands one last hit on Sombron, but made the mistake of not double checking to make sure they were dead, so he gets shot in the back while he was announcing his victory to Lumera. And it is in Alir's first final moments that Lumera would prepare a birthday gift for his eventual return, transitioning us back to the present with chapter 22. Alir's spirit awakens in an alternate space, and he's surprised by regular Veyle's presence, who lets him know what happened between his second story death and evil Veyle taking back control. With seemingly no way back, Veyle suggests the two of them fall into eternal slumber, but Alir hasn't given up yet and tries to get Veyle to reconsider, who's lamenting her inability to summon emblems, as well as her ability to create corrupted, which gives Alir the idea of having Veyle resurrect him, just like she did with Hyacinth. Veyle warns Alir that there'll be no returning to normal, but he's resolved to use whatever plot armor he can. Meanwhile, evil Veyle has made 0 kills and now she must deal with a newly invigorated regular Veyle, where they battle soliloquy style, resulting in regular Veyle's victory after she finally rips off the stupid helmet. She quickly corrupts Alir's body with little resistance from the royals, finds the Ring of the Hero King nearby with its power drained, and Alir tries to resummon Marth, succeeding on his second attempt. However, only the Fell Dragon aspect got through. Even so, it attracts the attention of the nearby corrupted, and Alir rallies his befuddled allies to help him gather their emblem rings scattered on this ruined version of the previous map. That is quite the slog and overstays its welcome, where the bulk of the difficulty is at the beginning. Alir being corrupted is nothing special, though he's dark synced with Marth, so we can't make use of his or the other emblems engage abilities or attacks on this map. Other than that, there wasn't much to prepare, so we just start collecting. The ring locations get pointed out, and then we're told that Alir needs to be near them before they can be picked up, which is annoying. Veyle properly joins our army, with slightly less stats and is squishier than her evil counterpart. Turn 1. Unlike most of the previous maps, I move everyone together, taking down one of the nearby warriors and making an initial choke point with Merrin and Alir. Unfortunately, I already blundered as Alir gets blasted to death by 2 sages. Want to see me do that again? Here you go, because for some reason I thought pulling Alir back 1 tile would be enough to save him, and it wasn't. This time we leave the choke point half open with Merrin still there, and thankfully she at least dodges the Excalibur so she can get rid of those pesky sages. Turn 2, we get rid of the warrior that went around Merrin so Jean can move down and heal her. Overall, I'm trying to move cautiously due to some annoying enemy ranges, such as with the corrupted worm further down. Merrin herself weakens the closest paladin before returning to her previous spot. Alir is positioned to try and lure the Wyvern Knights to the southwest, then a refreshed Louis closes the choke point and finishes off the weakened paladin on the enemy phase. Some corrupted start moving around to our rear, and the Wyvern Knights I was trying to bait attack Louis instead. Turn 3, Jean and Pinette clean up a paladin each, and Alir luckily deletes one of the Wyvern Knights. Louis makes an initial poke on the other Wyvern, then a refreshed Alir is moved to remove the last paladin, which puts him close enough to invoke Byleth, Lucina, and Lyn, who can now be picked up by any ally and equipped, unless they have another ring on. This is also Fogado, Clan, and Alcris can each make 3 range shots to clear out the flying menace. Because of where Clan cantered, Merrin brings the choke point down even further, despite the risk of the nearby corrupted worm. Then Lyndon passes his recover staff over to Morvier, so the latter can nearly fully heal Louis. To end things off, Temera is positioned to intercept the heroes on our rear, which nearly ends up killing her. Turn 4. We may have taken out the Wyvern Knights, but now the next immediate threats are some Griffin Knights, who, in my opinion, are more deadly due to their speed, and my bow users are all too far to get to them without Seedal's Dance. To begin, Ivy picks up Lyn and Veyle takes Lucina. Alir moves to start blocking the Griffins on the right, then Jean picks up Byleth. Morvier grabs an obstruct staff from the convoy to block the Griffins from reaching Veyle. Then Seedal refreshes Fogado to help finish the Griffin Alir attacked. Temera catches up with the group and chugs an elixir. Then Pinette takes out a Wolf Knight that's threatening Merrin, while Clan severely injures one of the generals next to her. Unfortunately, with where I countered Clan, the corrupted worm moved to the left to attack him, leaving an open spot for another Wolf Knight to finish him off. Going back, all I change is ensuring Clan isn't tugging the pillar, and we survive this turn's onslaught. Unfortunately, there are enemy reinforcements emerging nearby, with 3 Wolf Knights at our starting point and a single thief to our right. Turn 5. With how things are going, the corrupted worm becomes my priority to ensure there's a safe area for our squishy units. Merrin slaps on some poison and moves back to the choke point. This helps Pinette shoot it down for good and collect its speedwing. Ivy finishes off the hero that had been wailing on Temera, so I can have Louis take a stab at the other hero, thinking I could counter him back to his previous spot, which I couldn't do because I forgot he doesn't have Sigurd, so I had to consider between relying on Temera to take a hit, or Seedal dodge tanking on the choke point, and I chose the former, getting Temera fully recovered, while Seedal chain guards on top. We get Merrin fully healed, and none of this was enough, as a Griffin Knight got around to smash Seedal in, followed by Merrin taking too many hits. Thus I chose to go back all the way to after Ivy eliminated a hero on the rear, and for the time being, see what I can do on the right side. First off, Jean heals everyone with our last Fortify staff use, then we take out the thief with Veyle and Alir, while Alcris and Fogado eliminate the last Griffin Knight around there. We pull Temera in and heal her so less people are needed to protect our rear, and then a refreshed Merrin hobbles the Griffin Knights below her to limit their movement, leading to only Louis and Pinette taking the brunt of the damage this turn. Turn 6. Alcris one-shots a Martial Master hugging the opposite side of the pillar below. Louis and Temera end the last hero in our rear, and then Merrin hobbles the same Griffin Knight again. Now I try to figure out how to handle the Wolf Knights on our tail. To start, I have refreshed the Lear move over, getting a lucky crit on the closest wolf, and then I pause while having Pinette and Fogado finish off the Wolf and Griffin Knights at the south, with Morvier recovering the former's health. Back to the rear, there's not much left I can do, so I have Ivy use Elthunder on one of the wolves, hoping to counter her further to the left, only to realise that she can easily be besieged over the rubble by multiple corrupted, so I have her move back, which has her at the mercy of the Wolf Knights. The only reasonable units left I can use to protect her is Clan. Initially I was going to have him try and take out the Wolf Ivy weakened, but he's lacking the damage. On the other hand, he's not getting doubled and can easily take the hits from both after using a vulnerary. For turn 7 and 8, Alir and Ivy clean up the rear so we can focus on moving forward, surgically removing the key threats before we eventually clean them all up, simultaneously getting Alir close enough to invoke Celica and Micaiah, while Alcris covers our back by destroying a Sage reinforcement. Turn 9 and 10, Clan picks up Celica, and I send Merrin northwest to eliminate one of the Sages, while Ivy finishes off the Meteor Tome one, after being healed by Seedal who had picked up Micaiah. Louis leads the charge to the third set of rings, obliterating a sniper along the way, allowing me to bundle everyone else together just outside of the next corrupted worm's range. Then the enemy is reinforced with more Wyvern and Griffin Knights, plus a few snipers at the east and west sides of the map. Turn 11. Panette rushes down to solo the corrupted worm and slay it beautifully, while Louis pokes one of the sniper reinforcements, with Fogado dying to a critical retaliation from the Mage Knight, which Alchrist handles better on the subsequent timeline, with him dealing the crit instead. This then opens a path for Alir to obliterate the Bow Knight furthest away from us, so he can invoke Ike, Sigurd, and Erica. The last Bow Knight becomes easy pickings, while Clan nukes the closest cavalry at our rear, and Ivy escapes the Wyvern reinforcements range by finishing off the weakened sniper below and cantering to safety, forcing the Wyverns to attack Louis, who's able to crit one down. Turn 12, Merrin and Louis pick up Erica and Sigurd respectively, eliminating another Wyvern together, while the last one is sniped by Alchrist. Tamara picks up Ike, and just like the last turn, Clan nukes the other cavalry at our rear, allowing everyone else to move forward as the enemy gets their final set of reinforcements of the map from the south. We throw in Panette on turn 13 to crush the Mage Knights from that set. Merrin rushes to the right to take out the last sniper and maintain our forward position, while another of the reinforcements is finished off. Alir stands by Panette's side to block off the lower path, while we weaken the last reinforcement unit. Everyone then catches up, except Louis, who I have set to try and aggro the Griffin Knights, which utterly fails as every enemy, including those Griffins, hyper-focus on Merrin, and she magnificently dodges almost every non-backup attack, killing one enemy along the way to obtain the S-rank 1-2 range Lance Brionic. Because of that amazing enemy phase, we're able to rout the remaining enemies except one cowardly Griffin Knight on turn 14, and invoke the last few emblems, Roy, Leaf and Corrin. The remaining enemy then rushes to their doom, and we pick up the remaining emblem rings to end the map on turn 15.